Hi, and welcome to your Acai Flow Introductory Installation user video. In this video, I'll explain the functions of your machine and how to use it, including the cleaning of all the parts as well as general use. Firstly, when positioning the machine on the bench, it should have 20 centimeters of space either side of the machine. The back of the machine does not require this space. Now, starting from the top of the machine down, if you are looking into the hopper, all you should see is a metal rod sticking out of the machine with a white plastic agitator attached. The feed hole will be next to this. Looking at the main control panel, we'll go from left to right. On the left hand side, we have the up and down arrows. These will set the viscosity, i.e. the hardness of your product. Acai Flow optimal setting is 1.8. The next button along is the cycle button. The cycle button restarts the refrigeration on the machine, but is unlikely to be used. The next four buttons are really important. The standby button is your overnight mode. So the last person to leave of an evening will make sure that we go into standby mode. The next button along is the auto button. The auto button is your daytime function, and this is how you will pour bowls throughout the day. So the next button along is the wash button. The wash button is really important for this training because we only use this button once every 5 days. It is absolutely how we clean the machine, but also how we put product in after a clean. This process also includes a prime step, which we will explain later in the video. Last button is the off button. The off button absolutely turns the machine off from all the other functions, but is also the only way that we can switch in between functions, i.e. at the end of the day when you want to go from auto to standby, you have to go off and then standby. Conversely, in the morning you go off and then auto. The clean. We recommend cleaning every 5 days. First, put your machine onto wash mode. Wait 3 minutes. In the meantime, fill a sink with warm soapy water. We'll take out the agitator and put this into the sink to soak. Dispense all of your acai into a container and put this in the fridge whilst doing the clean. Pour your first bucket of warm water into the machine and dispense. Next, add soap or food grade sanitizer to the water and put this into the hopper. Take a cloth and wipe the inside of the hopper and dispense this product. Lastly, pour some fresh water and rinse out the sanitizer from your machine. Turn the machine off at the master switch. Now you're ready to take apart the machine. Start by taking off the 4 pins. Remove the discharge door. Remove the pin holding the handle in place. We will remove the piston from the discharge door. The handle can be used to aid the removal of the piston. Place it back into position and pull down. The piston will then pop out the top of the door. Pull the piston out, use the silver pick to remove the O-rings and put them into the warm soapy water. Using the same silver pick, remove the large rubber O-ring from the back of the discharge door. Take the cross-shaped tool and unscrew the star-shaped sprout from the bottom of the door and soak in water. Note, the flat side of the sprout will always be facing outside of the door, the curved side to the inside. Using the brushes provided, clean where the piston has come out of. Place the door into warm water. Next we have the beater. As we pull the beater out, there are 2 scraper blades attached. We will hold these 2 scraper blades as we pull the beater out, as these will fall off really easily if we don't. Put all of this into warm soapy water. Now looking back at the machine, we've created a hole in the front of the machine. if we look into the hole, right at the back of the machine we have one last O-ring that we need to pull out. Pull this out, put it into the warm soapy water, and we will grab a cloth to be able to wash out the rest of the machine. Now it's time to reassemble the machine. You will need the food grade lubricant from your cleaning kit ready. Firstly, place the O-ring on the back of the chamber. Attach the scraper blades and beater shaft to the beater and slide it back into the chamber. Screw on the star-shaped sprout with the cross-shaped tool. Apply a small amount of lube to the two O-rings on the side of the piston and then fit the piston to the door, assuring the notches on the top of the piston are positioned correctly. We will use the handle to aid in this. Place the large O-ring back on the discharge jaw and add lubricant. Now you can fit the door back onto the machine and screw on the 4 pins. Place the handle back on the door and insert the small pin through to fasten. We'll dry the hopper with a clean towel to soak up all remaining water. Turn the machine on at the master switch. And now while still in off mode, we will dispense Acai into the machine. The Acai needs to be completely defrosted with no lumps or icy parts. Please use 2 bags as these machines are gravity fed machines and only work with some weight in the hopper. Go into wash mode, you will see some bubbling in the hopper. This is the air being pushed out of the chamber. After being in wash mode for a couple of minutes, grab a coffee cup and do what we call a prime of the machine. Repeat this step 3 times. We can now go into auto mode. Do a quick check that the machine is set to 1.8. If not, use the up and down arrow buttons to set this to 1.8. 7 minutes later, we will be able to pour our first bowl. So while the machine is freezing your product, let's take a minute to talk about the display panel. In the top left corner, it displays the voltage coming into the machine from your power supply. On the top right is the hopper temperature. Now on the bottom part of the machine, we have the hardness and the set number. As we've discussed, we want the set number to be 1.8, and the hardness number is currently counting its way up to that set number. So if it's saying 1.4, it's on its way to 1.8. Once it reaches the 1.8 number, 2 dashes will appear on the screen. 2 dashes are your friend. Now we're ready to pour. Firmly pull the handle down. Once you have enough product in your bowl, push the handle up very firmly. This will cut the product off from the machine. Thank you for listening to our instructional video. If you have any questions, give us a call.